I was taking a guess.
Say something. Ruan, can you react if you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ruan, can you react if you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ruan, can you react if you can hear me?
Where's the react? Yeah.
Nicola, can you react? Super, can you react? Test. Ruan, Nicola, can you react if you can hear me? Wonder Boy, react if you... All right. On YouTube, can you react if you can hear me, guys? On YouTube. I think we should get started. Huh? I think we should get started. Okay, fantastic. All right. Hello, guys. Morning. How are you feeling? How are you? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up. Okay. Only one person with thumbs down. Okay. I know you might be surprised as to why we doing induction again. But we saw reason for that. And some of you still don't know which channels to use for communication for different departments within code. So you send some of your campus related queries to performance and performance to campus, and it's just manyikinyoso right now, right? So yeah, let's get started with induction. My name is Johannes, and I am now Colvin. Don't hate me for this. I am now the retention and engagement officer within code. So you will be seeing me a lot. So like it says on the slide, we're excited to welcome you on this exciting journey, and I know that we are halfway there already, but it will be exciting going forward. Okay. All right. Let's get it going then. So this is what we have, or we should, not we should. We've done the induction last year in September, and currently we are somewhere around here. All right. And then as soon as we get to year 2, that's where you're going to be dealing a lot with Mpode. But then the team will be properly introduced to you. Then thereafter, you will be going on to your internship. That is if you are found to be graduate eligible. All of that will be explained to you. All right. And somewhere around May 2026, you will be graduating. Who's excited about that? How? Where's the excitement now? You are all thumbs up now. Okay, that's fine. All right, moving right along. For today, we have three sessions. Not three sessions, but 3 days of induction. On day one, which is today, we have 5 sessions, of which we will be going through the overview of what we do, the code of conduct. We will be talking campus operations, we'll be talking campus operations as well as attendance and tech operations, and we will talk student engagement with me. All right. So, moving right along. Okay, for day 2, we're gonna talk technical with Herman and the LMS as well as tech team. It's one thing. We're gonna have a second technical session with the performance team. Session 3 will be the first semester overview. That's also with the performance team. We have QC2O and accreditation with RU1 as our session 4. Day 3, we have 3 sessions: work placements, partnerships, as well as marketing. Who's gonna do marketing? Okay, yeah, Nzaki will be doing market. We'll talk marketing with you. So for today, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, which is Kelebogile Motlhame, who is the Director of Operations at Within Code. She will talk introductions, the Within Code vision, the context setting, who we are, where we're going, as well as for you guys to meet the team at Within Code. Just a quick round of applause for Kelly.
Good morning, everyone. All right, cool. Hi, everyone. So as Jay mentioned, my name is Kelebogile, and I am the Director of Operations at Within Code. Probably 90% of you guys don't know who I am, but because I was on leave last year when you guys started, but you will be seeing me quite a lot moving forward. The Within Code vision. So what we're mainly trying to do as Within Code is to shift Africa from being the consumers of tech to the creators of tech. So for the longest time, when it comes to tech, Africa has not been seen as like a tech hub. So what we're trying to do slowly is to train Africa's top tech talent, which is you guys sitting right here. And essentially our mission, or specifically what we are trying to achieve, is to democratize education. So do you guys know what that means? Any clue what that means? How is it possible that you guys are sitting here today to train to become developers? Mm-hmm. Yes, inclusive opportunities for all. So what that means is that we're trying to provide you guys with tuition-free education at a tertiary level. That's quite rare. You guys know how hard it is to get into tertiary? Even just getting fees to pay for your own tuition is quite hard in South Africa. So what we're trying to do is to provide opportunities to students who would mostly be prevented from accessing those opportunities. So that is what it means when you say we are democratizing education in South Africa. Secondly, we're trying to bridge the skills gap. What does that mean? Does anyone know what that means? We've done induction before. You guys should know what all of this means. You should be knowing why you guys are sitting here today. Tech skills are in demand in South Africa, right? In the world, even. So what we're trying to do is we're not only just training you guys in terms of skills, but tech skills that are relevant for the market. So we're not just training you for the sake of training you, just to give you a certificate, but we're trying to make sure that you guys are able to get jobs at the end of this program. So that is what it means when we're trying to bridge the skills gap. And then we're also trying to drive economic growth. So we work with a lot of partners to ensure that you guys do receive job opportunities at the end of this. So that is what we mean in terms of driving economic growth, is that we want you guys to become active participants within the economy, to be able to change your lives, and not only your lives, but your family's lives as well. All right. And then lastly, we are trying to promote inclusivity and diversity. So we want to make sure that students are able to register for our program. So we try to recruit students that we know have the aptitude to code, have the aptitude and the ability to make it through the program, who would not necessarily be able to have those opportunities. So essentially, we are trying to promote inclusivity and diversity. So guys, it's been quite a long journey. As you guys see, so far we've managed to recruit over 2,000 students into our program. And then we have 4 campuses across South Africa, which is the main one being in Joburg and Cape Town. And then we also have 2 public campuses that are going to be starting next week, which is CJC as well as South Cape College. Those ones are our public campuses. We do work with over 75 partners who recruit from us every single year. So far, we've managed to graduate 1,400 graduates, hoping to include you guys in that stat by the end of this program. Something that we really do take pride in is including more women into our program. So far, we have 49% of our students that are enrolled being female. And then we have 87% of our students permanently employed with our hiring partners. Cool. So our values. What are our values? Does anyone know in Cape Town? Do you guys know what our values are? We have 4 main pillars that kind of dictate or help us in terms of ensuring that you guys become well-rounded software developers. Yes? Yes, grit. What does grit mean? So for this slide, you guys will be doing it because you should be knowing what our values are. They've been instilled in you guys from boot camps already. So what's grit? Yeah, say that again. Exactly. Guys, it's going to get tough. I'm sure you guys feel like it's tough now. Second year, guys, you'll see, you'll feel it. It's only going to get tougher. But it's only the best of the best who make it through the program. And that's if you have grit. All right. Even in the boot camps, that's literally what we were assessing for is, are you going to make it through the boot camps? If you can, there's nothing stopping you from making it through the program. All right. So that's grit. What's the next one? Anyone in Cape Town? Someone else. Someone else, please. What is our other value? Someone else. Someone else. Someone from this side, please. We're not changing slides until we're done with the values. Because I fail to believe you guys have made it this far without knowing what our values are. Unless you guys were sleeping in the first induction. Shh. Find out somehow, guys. Mara, what is the values? What are the values? You can't ask us. We need to know. What are our values? I'm going to pick at random. And it won't be nice. I'm going to pick at random. Wait. Not this. Hey, this row. No. Disqualified. Yes?
You must be curious.
Curious. What's curious? What do you mean by be curious? Yeah?
You got to learn new things.
Learning new things, you must be able to question why things are done the way they are done, right? The best developers are not people who just do because they've been told. It's people who question and are curious to find out why. So you need to be able to ask why. Don't change. What's the next one? Yes? Ubuntu. What is Ubuntu? You literally practice this every single day, and I hope you are. What is it? I am because we are, right? But what does that mean in terms of the We Think Code program? It's literally our training pedagogy, yeah? Teamwork, assisting others, right? It's a peer-to-peer learning environment. You need to help each other, right? And then what's the last one? I don't like this side. Yeah. Responsibility. What does responsibility mean? What is your responsibility as a We Think Code student? Someone else? What is your responsibility as a We Think Code student? A responsibility to yourself, even. Okay, this side then. What's responsibility? Yeah. Exactly. It's your own responsibility. And you owe it to yourself, basically. It's up to you. You owe it to yourself to make sure that you get to the end of the program. It's not the person sitting next to you. You guys, you've made it this far. Do you know how hard it is to get into We Think Code? The fact that you guys are sitting here only for you to guys to fail at the end it's just not worth it. All right. So it's really, really up to you to make sure that you basically owe it to yourselves to ensure that you make it to the end. And you'll need all of these values to ensure that happens. All right. Happy with the values? Are you going to be showing them every single day? Are you going to be living by them every single day? Okay. Cool. Let's meet the team.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. So now we're gonna get to the fun part where you get to meet the Within Code team. But then we made it in a sense that you will be meeting the department heads instead of everyone, because Within Code is a big company. Okay, it's getting big. All right, before I get to that, just a quick one. Why do Python programmers wear eyeglasses? Because they can see. Okay, 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 okay. All right, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay. I know some of you. I know some of you are gonna get it at 3 a.m. in the morning. And you're like, that was smart. Okay. All right. Let's get to that part. So from the CEO's office, do we know if Antinia is in the call? Oh, Sam is here. Yeah, just okay. So what basically is gonna happen is that they're gonna come in and tell you what they do from each department and how you can reach them if you need to reach them.
Hi everyone. You can hear me? Yeah. Hi everyone. Oh, okay. Hi. I go by the name Sam. I am a former alumni. I work with Lawrence in the CEO's office. I was cohort 2022. What we do in my department, we're responsible for the for-profit side of We Think Code. So every time you enter a hackathon and you come up with a genius idea and you don't win, I'm the person you contact and we get to evaluate whether that is a viable business or not, and we take it forward from there. Oh, so the people that are in my team is Ms. Nyarisa Mushonga, the CEO, and Lawrence Musenge. Oh, okay, here's your chief of staff.
All right. Yeah, they forgot to mention Tiffany from who's the chief of staff at Within Code. So now I'm gonna introduce you to Setu, who is the head of commerce.
Thank you. Hello? Am I holding this the right way? It doesn't sound like it's projecting. Can you hear me at the back and Paul? Okay. Morning, everybody. I'm Setu. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer overseeing the department that is responsible for fundraising to make what we do at We Think Code possible, to make tuition-free education possible. The team of people that I work with are responsible for private partnerships, and so that's Chris, who is the main one who fundraises sponsorships for the tuition. And also Ruvimbo, who is responsible for public partnerships. As many of you may know, we are working with TVET colleges to try and expand the work that we're doing at We Think Code without having to spend the copious amounts of money it takes to actually have our own building, property, and all of that stuff. And so Ru is heading up that endeavor. And then we have Nzaki, who is our marketing manager. Yeah, that one's pretty straightforward. And then we also have Tanashe, who is responsible for all of the management of our finances and compliance. And I oversee that team. Well, not really Tanashe, but we ran out of space on the presentation, I think. I think that's everything on my side.
Wow, guys, round of applause, Nyana. Wow. Okay, next up is the technical team. I don't know if Herman is in the call. Herman, if you're in the call. Is Fan here? She's downstairs. Is she in the call? Okay, I think we can come back to the technical team, right? We can come back to the technical team. No. All right. Next up, we have the Director of Operations, Kelebogile.
All right, cool. So in terms of operations, we're quite a big team. So we have the operations team who deals mainly with the day-to-day tasks in terms of managing all the students. However, we also manage basically the entire student life cycle at We Think Code, starting from recruitment. So you guys will meet Zenani, the recruitment lead, as well as performance and placements. So in the operations team, which is managed by me, it is the Director of Operations, and then we have Amanda Gama. She is our Operations Coordinator based here in Joburg. And then we have Shafiq, who is our Technical Operations Officer, and Jay, who recently joined our team as the Engagement and Retention Officer. So that is the operations team. And then within operations, we have recruitment. Zenani will be introducing the team.
Hi, everyone. Just to make sure everybody can hear me, right? From the back? Okay, cool. So my name is Zenani Kagiso Zwane, and I am the recruitment lead for We Think Code. I've been the recruitment lead since 2023, I'd say, or 2022. Before that, I was actually part of the We Think Code program, and I made it. So in cohort 2020, that was me, and then I graduated 2022, did both of my internships here, then made it into the team officially. So Wonder Boy, he is part of my team as well. He deals with the technical side of things when it comes to recruitment. So the systems that we're working with, that's his domain. And he's also an alumni. He graduated 2023, I believe. And then just to let you guys know the importance of why you guys are here, and just make sure that you guys aren't sleeping on the opportunity that you guys have. We actually have 56,000 people who have applied for cohort 2024. And out of the 56,000, we could only pick 490. So you guys are here. Please do not waste this opportunity. And if you feel like you don't know what you're doing here, rather leave the space open for somebody else. So that is all that I'm leaving you guys with.
Yeah, that's a very strict. Okay, next up is the performance lead or the head of the performance team, Coven.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. We've had multiple conversations now in the past few weeks. Hi again, I'm Corbin. And yeah, my job, and the team's job is to make sure at the end of the 16 months, you can all confidently say, I am a software engineer. So let's stick to that. Let's stick to our responsibilities. Let's keep working. Let's keep grinding. And I feel very confident that you'll be able to get there. It takes effort to fail, in my personal opinion. So just keep at it and let's just make this a good journey for us. Cool. Awesome.
Fantastic. Next up is Ruan. Ruan, can you tell them about what you do there by accreditations?
Cool. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Jay, can you hear me?
Ruan, we can't hear you this side.
Okay, cool. Then I don't know what to do because everyone else can. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's okay. I am speaking though. Yeah. Test 1 2 test 1 2 test 1 2.
Okay, so when we can hear you on our personal devices, it's just that it's not connecting to our system.
Yeah, it's okay. Shafiq, can you hear me? Testing.
No, he can't.
Okay. Maybe I'll just introduce myself tomorrow.
Can you keep the mic by one of the other devices that is working?
Okay. It's fine. Ruan, you can proceed and
okay.
Yeah,
I'll see you
we'll get
tomorrow.
the recorded version. It's fine.
Cool. All right. Cheers.
Okay, fantastic. And next up, we have Mpodi Pito, who is the head of placements.
Good morning, guys. So my name is Mpodi Pito. I am the placements lead at We Think Code. In my team, we've also got Homoto, who is the placements coordinator. Homoto, put your hand up so we can see you. So we are a two-person team. We're both here in Rosebank. So a big part of our job is to ensure that you guys are work-ready software developers when you go out onto industry. Essentially, yes, I know a lot of you think that placements guarantees jobs for you, but we don't. A big part of it is that you guys need to put in the work and the effort for us to actually be able to fight for you on the other side. So what Fumutsu does is she hosts a lot of workshops with you guys to make sure that you are prepared for the interviews you may come across, be prepared for the types of questions you'll get asked when you do go onto interviews, and then also to be prepared for the kind of environments you're going to get when you go into industry. What I do is I sit with partners, I go out, I scope, I look for jobs and tell people that We Think Code has the best tech talent in the world. So make me fight for you guys, be the best tech talent, because I'm not going to fight for a mediocre software developer. I'm trying to place the best of the best. And if you're just average, best believe it's not going to happen. So let this be the warning now that by the time you get to the end, you're at the top of the top, you're the cream of the crop, and I can make sure when I say We Think Code has the best tech talent, I actually mean it. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Before we can move on to the next segment of this, I have another question. Why do skeletons not fight each other? Why do skeletons never fight each other?
They can't say.
Because they don't have the guts. Okay, next up. Okay, calm down. Kelebogile will be coming back. Kelebogile will be coming back to tell you more about the code of conduct. We have met the team. They will be telling you more about their departments as we go along with the induction. Okay, so it's not the last time you see them. All right, Kele.
I'm back. All right, cool. So, code of conduct, guys. Everyone received the code of conduct, right? Did you guys all read it? And what is the purpose of the code of conduct? This is a refresher, guys. You should be knowing all the information that's on the slide. What is the purpose of the code of conduct? I need answers. Yes. Yes. Key point, it's a guideline on how you guys are supposed to be acting, right? What else? What is the purpose of having a code of conduct? It's to make sure that all the processes that we're following at Within Code are fair and they're standardized, right? So when you guys are being dismissed, it shouldn't come as a shock, right? If you're not attending on campus after you've said multiple times, you're required to be on campus for 40 hours a week, and you don't show up, and your stipends are being revoked, you guys shouldn't be shocked, right? Because it's all outlined in the code of conduct. So the purpose of the code of conduct is to basically govern the processes that protect the values and the culture of Within Code. So as I said, the whole point of Within Code is that it is a peer-to-peer learning environment. It is a work simulated environment. So when we say you are required to be on campus 40 hours a week, there's a reason for that. We are preparing you for the world of work. So if you don't show up, guess what happens if you don't show up at work? What happens? You get fired. Do you think those people get shocked when they get fired for not showing up at work? No. So why is it any different here at Within Code? Okay? So the whole purpose of this is to ensure that we have a clear disciplinary process if these rules are not followed. Okay? Same with dismissals. We have academic dismissals, so this is when you're not performing. So you will work quite closely with the performance team in terms of if you are failing or falling behind, there's processes put in place to ensure that you guys get back on track. But if still the interventions are not working or you're not meeting us halfway, you will be dismissed. All right? Same with behavioral. So if you're not acting right on campus, if you're not treating each other well on campus, if you guys, we dismissed a student recently for smoking outside the premises when we told you guys multiple times, do not hang around on campus smoking and behaving badly because you guys have to uphold the Within Code name. We do get people on the street who come up to us and say, we saw a student behaving in a different way and we have dismissed those students. So basically what we're saying is that the code of conduct is there for you guys to ensure that you know all the rules. And when the processes are being put in place to ensure that you guys either get dismissed or you receive a warning, you should know what the process is. All right. The code of conduct also outlines what the appeals process is. And please just make sure that you guys are aware of it. Okay. Cool. So as I mentioned with the code of conduct, it does provide an outline of all the expectations around your behavior. So as a reminder, by joining the program, you are signing up for the following. Firstly, it is a 16-month program. Sorry, I want to read a few slides. It is a 16-month commitment, and you are required to attend for those 40 minimum hours a week. And there is a 1 month, 4 month to 6 month work placement at the end of the program. And then you'll be expected to work back 1 year with that sponsoring company or that partner that you are placed with. And then you also be, it's also to be part of a productive and contributing member of the Within Code community. So you're not expected just to show up on campus, sit by your computer, work by yourself, and just leave. All right. You also have the commitment of being productive, working with your team members, and if you feel like you're falling behind with your work, speak up. All right. Don't die inside, guys. We have performance managers who are there to help you guys. Okay. And then you also have the legal obligation to pay back your tuition fee should you drop out during the program. It's not fair that our partnerships team is out there working quite hard to find the funding to put someone like you in a spot where you have free tuition, you getting a stipend to come to campus, and then you're not fulfilling all of the expectations as outlined in the code of conduct. All right. So if you do drop out, you will be expected to pay back that money. Okay. And also learning to work in a diverse team and delivering work within required timeframes. Again, we're preparing you for the world of work. So if your iteration is for 2 weeks and you feel like you're not meeting your deadline or whatnot, again, please speak up. Okay. And then also being an ambassador and flying the We Think Code flag high. So the reason why partners come back is because of our alumni who are representing us well out there. But for the same reason, again, we lose partners because of students who don't know how to behave. Okay, we've lost placement partners because students are not well prepared for interviews. And then they show up and then partners are like, but what are you guys doing at We Think Code? Okay, so our partnerships team really, really is working quite hard to ensure that the name of the We Think Code name is held up high very well. But literally, you guys are the reason why we get partners or we lose partners. Okay, so please, every single time you think of We Think Code, think of how can I best contribute to the name of We Think Code. Not only for yourselves, but also for future cohorts. So the reason why we started with 90 students in the first cohort and now we're up to 400 is because of our alumni. Okay. Cool. Stipends. Fun chat about stipends. Please remember, guys, We Think Code is a tuition-free program. What that means is that you are sitting here today because there's a company that is funding your tuition. But that means there is money coming from somewhere. Okay. So we provide your training at no cost to you. However, there are a lot of fundraising processes that are done from various sources to cover your tuition and your stipend. All right. So what that means that you don't have to pay anything, but the fees, the funding that we get is dependent on sponsors. So while tuition is guaranteed for you, stipends are determined by what we receive from our partners. So far, I do know that over 90% of you guys have been receiving your stipends. So with that 90%, you guys are really, really expected to be on campus. All right. So we're talking quite closely with the students who haven't been receiving their stipends, but again, attendance, guys, is still an issue. So the stipend that you're receiving now, unless stated otherwise, is the stipend that you'll be getting. We're still receiving emails about, can you please increase my stipend? It's not enough, whatnot. Guys, there are students who don't even have funds to register at other tuitions, okay? But you're sitting here because your tuition is paid for. But in terms of stipends, it all depends on the sponsor that you're allocated to, all right? Allocation of sponsors, again. So this works on, you basically mapped to a sponsor depending on the criteria provided by the sponsor. So it can be your gender, financial background, academic performance. There's various criteria that is looked at that determines who you are allocated to. So again, it's a process that is done by the partnerships team, but you'll be informed once you are allocated a sponsor. Okay? But majority of you guys have already been receiving a stipend. So I'm not sure why we're still getting stipend queries around my stipend is not enough. These people who don't even have tuition fees. Okay? Are we clear on stipends? Cool. And then lastly, what I want to touch on is disability disclosure and support. So as we mentioned at the start of the session, is that We Think Code is promoting an inclusive and diverse academy. So what this also means is that we try to include students with disabilities. All right. So please disclose if you do have a disability. It is optional. You're not forced to. However, the reason why we need you guys to disclose is because we do put in place support mechanisms for students who do have any disabilities. We're trying to ensure that you are not disadvantaged in any way. So by knowing your disabilities, we're able to accommodate you and provide any support that you need. All right. So again, it is optional, but it helps us to ensure that you effectively complete the program without any issues. All right. So I will be sending out the disclosure form today to everyone. It is compulsory to complete it. So if you do have it, you can disclose. But then if you don't, you have to say no. So the reason why is we also need to just account for everyone and make sure that everyone does fill in the form. Okay. So when you do disclose, it is confidential. So not everyone at We Think Code is going to know about your disability. It's purely just for us as the operations team to know how best can we support you. Okay. It is confidential. So only specific team members will be handling that information. So as I mentioned, we do some program adjustments. So if you do have, for instance, a physical disability, we'll make sure that we provide that accessibility to our campuses. if you have maybe an eyesight problem, we do try to see how can we modify your screen, or at your workstation, how can we modify to make sure that you're not disadvantaged in any way. All right, those are just a few examples of what we do if you do have some form of a disability. Again, optional for you to disclose. If you do disclose, we will require you to provide a doctor's certificate or report just to confirm that it is a disability. The deadline to complete is by the 10th of February, so next week. So please, 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 the deadline is next week on the 10th. If you do not submit the form, you will be locked out of the LMS. There's a habit on campus of students not completing forms that are compulsory until action is taken. Guys, I don't know why we always need to send out reminders for students to complete things that are very important. So if you don't complete the form by the deadline, you will be locked out of the LMS. And also moving forward, if you don't attend, we'll be taking those measures where you will be locked out of campus. All right? We've given you guys ample time to get used to the program, get used to things, but now the rules are going to be enforced, starting with this one. Okay? Cool. Any questions so far? All good? Cool.
We can have a 10-minute bathroom break.
And then please be back in 10 minutes.
I think this one is too small. I think this one is small. You need to this one. It's good. No, I never listened to it. I wanted it to die down. People like we're gonna listen to it for after 3 months. Yes, but I like so. You know. Oh, I know. Let's leave them. Yeah, unless it's you wanna say it's bad. You wanna say it's bad. Let me go check if my fingers.
Okay, let's get settled. Let's get settled, guys. Okay, perfect. Let's get settled. Okay, I think we can resume. So now I'm gonna call Amanda to come in and talk about some of the other aspects of campus operations. Amanda.
Morning, guys. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so I'll be speaking on attendance. So we have noticed since last year to now that attendance is decreasing day by day. You guys signed contracts that you would meet the 40 hours a week and 8 hours a day requirement for you to be a student at Within Code. But on a random Monday, we get someone who's saying they have to take their cousin somewhere, they have to do something else, and forgetting that this is a work stimulated environment. So, are you calling your boss on Monday morning telling them that you can't come to work because you have something else to do? Guys, it is very important that we attend campus. The resources are here. If you need to speak to a performance person or anyone, they are here on campus. If you're going to email campus from home and saying you can't do anything, how will you get help when you are at home? How are you getting assistance when you are at home? And attendance doesn't mean coming here at 9 in the morning and leaving at 12. Because we have been tracking attendance and we've seen that this is what you guys do. At 12 o'clock, you guys go home. Yet you signed a contract that stipulates that you have to be on campus for 8 hours a day. How are we going to be placing you for graduation yet you haven't been attending campus? Are you a within code student if you've been working from home? So we're asking, guys, please attend campus. As per the student contract, you only have 1 day of leave. One. We get emails sometimes, someone will ask for leave on Monday, they'll ask for leave again on Friday. Yet it strictly says on the student contract, you have 1 day of leave. Please treat this as if you are going to work every day. Is this how you're going to be at a workplace? And just wake up Monday and just decide not to show up? Because that's what's been happening. Sometimes the reasons are, "Ah, I just don't feel okay today. I just need to rest." I don't think it's fair that you guys are expecting us to accept that. Is it fair? Is it fair? I don't think it's fair for you guys to actually expect us to accept someone who's going to say, "I didn't feel well today," or "My transport left me. The person who takes me to school left me today." What other means are you doing for yourself? What are you going to say to your manager? I think every time you want to log in leave, just think, if I was employed somewhere, am I going to wake up on Monday and say this? Am I going to wake up on Monday and send an email to my boss and say, "Ah, I just didn't feel well today"? Please, guys, attendance is very important. Attendance plays a role in you graduating in the program. I don't think you guys actually understand how important attendance is. We track attendance every day. When I say every day, I mean we track every day. Some people come in here at 10 and they leave at 10:30. Yeah, you guys come in at 10 and you leave at 10:30. Just to say you guys signed the register. We also have people who will come in at 6 a.m. or at 7 and say they forgot to sign the register. Guys, it is your responsibility to make sure that at 7:30 you go down and make sure that you are signing the register manually. You can't say after 2 weeks, "No, I've been logging in at 6 a.m. I've been coming to campus at 6 a.m. so I haven't been fitting in the attendance register." Can't believe you. According to us, you are then marked absent for that week. It is your responsibility to make sure that before 10 o'clock you have signed the register. Another thing with attendance that you guys are not taking seriously is that, and Gile touched on this, your stipend will be revoked the more you get absent. Because it is unfair for the partnership team to go out and look for sponsors for you guys and you guys don't come to campus. Lately, we've been getting queries on, "I can't come to campus because I don't have transport. I recklessly spent my money." This person is allocated a sponsor, but they are not coming to campus because December was too big for them. This money, it is your responsibility to be responsible with money. This is not a skill that we can teach you guys. A sponsor was allocated for you so you could come to campus, so you could get access to the resources, so you could get access to the team, so you can get access to everything at a more easier pace, guys. Attendance is so important. It is so heartbreaking when you come here on a random Wednesday and there's like just 20 people on campus. Where are the rest of you? How are you guys working from home? There was no point where within code or in the contract where it said you guys are allowed to work from home, or was there? So how are you guys asking to work from home in the emails? How are you guys asking to work from home? Because that is not allowed. That is not an option that was given to you guys. All the other family matters that you guys have. I need to take my uncle's child to school. I need to take this person to school. It is your responsibility to put your education first, because at the end of the day, you will be graded, and at the end of the day, you will be the one who will need to graduate. You guys need to stress this at home as well when they ask you to do things during the week. I'm not saying don't do them, but priorities, guys. Priorities. I also need to touch on the accommodation factor. We do not offer any accommodation. There are people who come from far and they email us asking where will they be sleeping, where will they be staying. Just to reiterate, guys, we do not offer any accommodation. Is that clear? So I'm asking you guys again, let's meet the 40 hours a week requirement, the 8 hours a day requirement. You take leave because you have to take leave. Staff members here at We Think Code come on campus and they have a headache. They come on campus and they have period cramps, because that's what some of you ladies say. I can't come because you come here with your period cramps, you show up and you work. Is that clear? I know there are some severe cases, but guys, you can't come say, I have a headache. The director of operations comes to work and she has a headache. She still works and she leaves in the afternoon. She doesn't decide in the morning that, I have a headache, can't do this, bye. You need to start thinking as if you are in a workplace. You're not doing this for us at the end of the day, this is for yourself. You need to work on yourself. I think I've covered everything. Oh yes, point of contact for anything leave related or any other thing, please reach out to the campus team. Right. And please log in leave on Simple Pay. Please log in leave on Simple Pay. That is where you log in your leave, on Simple Pay. Is that clear? Thank you.
Okay. Let's come. So basically, you're saying that you don't take leave from September until like October, and then the rest of the 3 months you like. Yeah. Sure. Noted. No, I get where you're coming from, but remember, like Amanda said, it's a work simulated environment. We are still in academy. Let's come down.
Guys, the point of the leave day is for emergencies. What we're trying to get at is you guys will email on a Monday, late even, to say, oh, sorry, I can't come in. What we're trying to instill in you guys is you need to be able to, if it's an emergency, state that I'm having an emergency and putting in your leave. So the problem is that you guys are not using it correctly. You'll put in 5 days leave when you know very well you have 1 day leave a month. So the point is, please, guys, when you have an emergency, please inform us of what the emergency is. And then leave days again are for emergencies or where you need to take the whole day to do something. Not because you want to take your dog to the vet or whatnot. You are just basically saying, please use your leave days for emergencies.
Yeah. Hackathons.
Put in the leave. So we also work on a case-by-case basis. But the thing is, what I'm saying is that you guys cannot be putting in leave days for 5 days without an explanation around what's going on. Okay, you have 1 day leave for emergencies. You know how like you can't predict something. Let's say it's a case-by-case basis again. Yeah. So about the period of like let's say like children, if severe things, whatever, should it be better than Yes, as long as it's a valid reason is another thing. Do you email to say that? Guys, the problem that we're getting at is that communication with you guys is very poor. You guys will disappear for 2 weeks, and then when your stipends are either revoked or you don't get your stipend, you come complaining. But then there was no communication around what are the issues you guys are facing. So as long as you guys inform us what is happening and you put in your leave days with valid reasons, we track that on a case by case basis. So also what we're saying is that there are some students who will take 5 days every single month, whereas with some they use the leave days correctly. So again, is that make sure that when you're submitting your leave, you're explaining what the reasoning is, and then we treat that on a case by case basis. Okay. And also with the Wi-Fi issues, we are sorting that out. So it is something we're aware of.
Calm down.
Sorry, what did you say? Speak up. I heard something about the Wi-Fi. No, because you're going to state that, right? That this is the time that I'm going to be coming in with your doctor's note again. So please also, when you do go for a doctor's visit, please attach your doctor's note as well. So if you have to take an emergency and say, I'm going to the doctor today, you can submit the doctor's note after. But as long as you submit the doctor's note, that's fine. Are you guys using the biometrics just to check? Okay. Guys, please, moving forward, please remember to also sign out. Please, please. Okay. So please remember to sign out. But again, I think the emphasis is that if you do not come to campus by 10 a.m., you're not going to meet your hours. Getting it. So not to say that that's why I was saying if you don't come in by 10, the bottom line is you guys are not communicating. 12, you already know you're not going to meet your hours, is where we're getting at. Okay?
So, can you guys hear me? No, Minister, just yet. I don't have to sing it. So the way the biometrics work is there's a time that I set on it. So no one is allowed on the premises before 7 o'clock, and no one's allowed after 6 to leave the premises. So once the biometrics is up and working, once you clock in there at 7, your attendance is recorded. It's as simple as that.
Okay, I think we're gonna have another opportunity for questions. Okay, last one. Yeah. Shh.
Okay. I think I'll say case by case basis. Yes, a medical certificate is required, but I guess if you like maybe fall today and then you're not feeling well tomorrow and you're gonna come back the next day, that's okay. It's still sick leave. But You, if you take sick leave again the next week, a doctor's note will be required. But a doctor's note is required irregardless. A doctor's note has to be attached in order for your sick leave to be approved, especially if you're going to be sick for like 3 days, 2 days. 1 day without a sick leave, we can do that. But 2, 3, 4 days sick leave, 2 days upwards, there has to be a medical certificate. Is that clear? 2 days more medical certificate. You can't be sick for 1 day and stay at home and then come back the next day. But 2 days or more medical certificate. Is that clear?
Okay. I foresee people saying that they are sick for 1 day. Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Right now, I'm gonna call on Shafiq to come in and tell us about the tech stuff.
Hi guys, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen my face, spoken to a few of y'all. So let me just touch on the biometrics a bit. There's a turnstile at the end, and it aggravates me that I've spoken to you guys a lot, but you'll leave that turnstile open. When you walk through it, rotate it closed. It's as simple as that, guys. Simple action of just pushing it a little to close. I'm tired of announcing this. Another thing, tailgating, right? Having your friend open up for you because you didn't want to sign yourself out. So now you're holding the biometrics open, so 3, 4 of you guys can pass at once. Fun fact, the camera on the biometrics actually records everything, just so you guys know, as well as the cameras pointing directly at the biometrics. Yeah, and then I've spoke about you guys need to be off premises by 6, before 6 in the evening. Yeah, by 5:30 you guys need to be off premises. This is just to avoid you guys being locked on the premises. Last year we had a case of a few second years that actually got locked on campus. And I stay an hour and a half away, guys. I'm not driving through to open for you. Simple as that. The use of academy resources, the desktops, the laptops that we loan out for hackathons, not to work from home. A few of you guys have been emailing me to work from home using our laptops. It's gonna be rejected immediately. I'm not gonna think about it. And yeah, just be responsible when using the equipment. No bottles on the tables, no open drinks, no eating in the clusters. That's what downstairs is for. The kitchen, the balcony. Um, what else? Yes, also, guys, please, if you don't have a keyboard or a mouse at home, do not take the ones at campus. If you're coming to me saying your keyboard is missing, first thing I'm asking you is why? What happened to it? Who disconnected it? If you don't have those answers, you will have to speak to Kelly and them, which will become more of a disciplinary. Understood? Yeah, like, don't steal, just stop. Um, any requests for laptops during hackathons, it has to be done a week prior and attach that specific hackathon. I need the dates and times. Otherwise, I cannot issue you a laptop. And that's all. You were able to sign in by the biometrics data.
Okay, let's proceed. Oh, okay.
It basically pauses your hours. So it's like you clocked in and then you clocked out. When you clock in again and the last time you clock out, it will add that accumulated time together. And that's how your hours are calculated.
Sorry?
So initially when you clock in and you clock out, like I'm explaining, it freezes your time, right? Because you're not on the premises, so it's going to freeze your time. But moving forward, once the biometrics is up, we will include that hour you take for lunch as part of your 8 hours for the day.
Okay, are we good now? Perfect. Can we carry on with your permission? All right, so I'm going to talk to you guys about student engagement and some of the initiatives that we've been making to try and keep you guys motivated and on campus. So, as to student wellness, can you hear me? Okay. With regards to student wellness, we have established what we call the Student Social Wellness Committee. It's a committee made up of students only, and the sole purpose of that committee is to make sure that we gauge, or we always in the know about how's the momentum on campus and what can we do to improve it. So as soon as we see a lot of you guys applying for counseling, then we know that there's a problem and we need to do something about it. So whatever activities that we promote or that we try to come up with on campus, please try and engage. If we're asking you to wear red and white on Valentine's, please wear. How? You used to do it, most. And you used to pay for it. This time you're just doing it for free. So we're gonna have a lot of wellness workshops. Anything that has to do with your mental health. I'm really working hard to try and make sure that we make your journey at Within Code a bit easier, right? We have the Women Think Code committee as well. Please do not feel like you are excluded from these. We are going to also launch the Pro Zone. The Pro Zone and Women Think Code are not competing, guys. Please do not. It's not competition. The Pro Zone is just a safe space for gentlemen to speak about their issues, their mental issues. It's an AA. It's an AA. Please, can you? How many of us are on Matrix? Everyone. All right. If there's anyone who's still not able to sign up, guys, we've created a number of channels there that you guys are not using. There's a random channel there where you should be sharing memes and making jokes about staff members, and we cry at home. We know. I'm joking, not about stuff. Otherwise, you'll be crying when the time comes to graduate. All right. We also have some campus jobs for you guys. We have the front desk duty, right? We have the content club. Those are the paying jobs that we have on campus. And then when it comes to recruitment ops and communication, that's basically you guys going out, trying to preach the message or preaching about Within Code and help us with open days and stuff like that. That's completely voluntary. Tech mentors, that's a paid job. So we're gonna have a new cohort coming in September here. We're gonna need mentors for that. I'm not sure if we're gonna have mentors for CJC and South Cape. Okay, but that is also coming up. What I'd suggest, guys, when you get an opportunity to volunteer at Within Code, please use it. Right? Even if it means that you saw the balcony is dirty and you just take a broom and clean it up, that's fine. It shows that you take initiative and you are responsible for the spaces that you're in, right? It's your Within Code. So when it comes to your mental support or psychosocial support, we have a counselor by the name of Aileen. We are working hard to try and increase the number of counselors that we have Within Code. It's not guaranteed yet, but we will be increasing the number of counselors. If you want to book a counseling session or if you'd like to speak to someone, please send an email to campus team. Make sure that the subject is counseling request so that we know that it's a counseling request. And you're gonna have, so Eileen is gonna send you an invitation for your counseling sessions. And then you're gonna have maximum of 2 sessions in a month and a maximum of 4 before Eileen sends you to a mental hospital. I'm joking. All right. I'm joking. Python drives people crazy, guys. So please also keep a lookout on the PSS channel on Matrix. Explore the channels that we have on Matrix, guys. Most of them are for your benefit. Okay. All right. Moving. Yes, you can also create your own channels if you are football lovers and you want to talk football, and exclude the Manchester guys and let them cry by themselves. That's fine. As Kaiser Chiefs people, we can create a support group, you know. That's completely fine. All right, guys, you know, it's very disrespectful that we are having a session and people are on their phones. Please, I also want to see my phone. I want to be on TikTok, checking the latest trend. All right, so these are the number of things that we expect from you as a Within Code student. Have self-love, guys. Love yourself to a point that your workstation is clean enough. Love yourself to a point that when you do come on campus, you are clean yourself. And that your team members are not afraid to hug you. Okay, I didn't say much about that. All right, please be selfless. Give with your time. If you know something and you know people that are struggling with that something, please give. That's how we actually get to recognize you. That's how you get to see people being placed, because we know you by name. And we know you by name because you are selfless and you give with your time. Please have mutual respect. This one is very important because I walked up in here and it was so noisy and I'm wondering how are people able to work. We have quiet hours on campus from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And partners can walk in at any time. And if they walk in here and they find you guys in a preschool setup, they're not going to give us what we need. And then you're going to come back and cry and say you're not getting a stipend because you're chasing partners. I'm going to highlight or even emphasize on this one. Mutual respect is very important. All right, please take responsibility. Shafiq touched on it as well. Take responsibility for your equipment. Take responsibility of the things that are expected from you. We can't be reminding you that there's a meeting. I'm happy about the number of people who came in and sat here before time. That's beautiful. We can't be reminding you of submissions. You need to take responsibility of your journey at Within Code. It's not for us, it's for yourself. So within code is a work simulated environment, so you should always be professional. If it means that you need to understand that in a meeting, if you are not speaking, mute so that other people can be able to hear clearly, please do that. Please do that. Teach yourself how to read emails. Some emails, oof, no subject line, greet, and the whole message in one line. And I'm like, how did you even make it into within code? No, I'm serious. Spelling errors, PT read it for you. I know you use it for. Lastly, I would like you to use Ubuntu. If you practice Ubuntu, it means telling you that your fellow student is in a meeting, therefore you should stop playing whatever music that you're playing on your desktop. You should stop making noise while other people are waking. Guys, come on. We will try by any means to make sure that within code is a good environment for you. It's healthy enough. We know how stressful your project submissions can be. We've been there. As I move into this position, I'm moving into it coming from the performance team. I know. And I know at what project are you guys gonna start asking for counseling from Eileen. I know. It's just 16 months. It's almost over, guys. You don't want to find yourself begging for 2 marks. You don't want to find yourself in that position. If you've been that person who doesn't take responsibility for your stuff, start now. Okay. I think then that brings us to the end of day one. But we're happy to take any questions that you guys have. Yes. Okay, that's noted. So tomorrow we'll be with the performance team, and please do highlight those problems. All right, but we will also make sure that from now on, everything else is on par. Yes, ma'am. What is that? Why are they doing that? Yes, sir. Shh. The Wi-Fi is better there. Okay, all of us, let's move to the cafeteria. That's a solution. I'm joking. I think Shafiq or Kelly will be best placed to answer that question.
Hey guys, can you hear me? All right. So regarding the Wi-Fi, we understand that it's really slow. Reason being, we've never had 300 learners as our starting cohort, like a group of first years. We've always had 200. And then last year, I think we had about 500 learners on the Johannesburg campus alone. So you can imagine the strain on the Wi-Fi itself. This was picked up by the entire operations team, and we are working with our ISP to install additional Wi-Fi links. The access points that you guys see, these white circles on the roof, those are the access points. So currently in this week, we should be installing plus minus 10 to 15 more, which should greatly increase the speed on campus, as well as upping our bandwidth. And that should alleviate any issues you guys are having.
Oh yes, just a reminder, please, the disability form will be sent out today. Please try and sign it as quickly as possible. We shouldn't be sending you guys reminder emails on the 11th to say that this was you. It's not taking responsibility, guys. Mara, come on. When you come in the morning, start by checking your emails. That should be the first thing. Check your emails, check your matrix, see if there are any new alerts. So we don't want you to find yourself in a position where we want that USA will be bombing within code and you don't know. And you see people running. Okay, there was a question on, okay, it will be answered. Okay, it will be answered. Nomsa, your question will be answered.
Okay, guys, just to speak about Simple Pay. If you do not have access to Simple Pay, please do reach to the campus team that you do not have access, so that will be please reach out to the very important. It is to attend, because now you guys get as well, same time, same place.
Just a quick one, right? For tomorrow's session, has the necessary information to answer any questions regarding your performance, regarding projects.
We are done. Cheers.